questions and I don't know who to ask. I run behind my trailer and duck into my old shack. It's there I can ask anything and never feel dumb. Even if I have no clue, I know the answer soon will come. It's Miss Richfield's Trivia Shack where you can find out every answer. We'll talk about our history, TV, fashion, sports, or cancer. Miss Richfield's Trivia Shack, I hope you'll come and play along. 'Cause here everybody's welcome, wish it lasted all night long. Everybody join me in the chorus! It's Miss Richfield's Trivia Shack where you can find out every answer. We'll ask about our history, TV, fashion, sports, or cancer. Miss Richfield's Trivia Shack, I hope you'll come and play along. 'Cause here everybody's welcome, wish it lasted all night long. Miss Richfield's Trivia Shack, I wish it lasted all night long.
It's Trivia Shack, that's right, and my friend Lewis and I are here to welcome you, Miss Richfield 1981, and I'm so tickled. This is our awesome 80s trivia, awesome 80s, and that's why I'm in my awesome 80s outfit, as you can see. Woo! That's right, I'm feeling like 80s all over the place, and I love the 80s. And of course, I was very, very young. I don't remember them well because was very young. I don't remember how old I was. But anyway, and I know a lot of you love the 80s too. And so I can't wait to get moving on our trivia. And actually, this is number 4. Can you believe that? We've done 4 of these. We did 25 bingos. We're going to do another bingo next week. And anyway, so I'm so glad you joined us, but you're not the only ones. We also have a live studio audience of people that I want to welcome right now. And first and foremost, I see Rachel up there in the corner. Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
And you're coming in through New Jersey.
New Jersey.
And where in New Jersey?
We are about 20 minutes.
It doesn't matter, actually. I'm just being nice. I know no one really cares. But thank you. That was wonderful. And also, along with Rachel, who was all by herself, looking fabulous. And also want to say hi to Eric and Derek.
Hey!
Hi. And it doesn't get much gayer than that. I know, totally. Except me and a cat. That's pretty gay. And then that's fantastic. And you are calling from New York City. Do I have that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Chelsea.
Homos with money. I love that. Oh, and you're in Chelsea, which means you're the old gay. So that's fantastic. And then we also have Leah, and we're having a little technical problems with Leah. I don't know, can she come in? Because she's sort of, she's either sitting really, really still, or maybe she's coming in. Are you coming in, Leah? There she is. She's calling in.
Hi, I'm here.
There you are. From where are you calling in again from? Maybe she's coming in. Are you coming in,
Leah? I'm a newfie. I'm in Conception-based South Newfoundland in Canada.
Oh, Canada. That would explain. Yeah. Okay, so I may have to repeat the questions. So fantastic. And then thank you for joining us, Leah. And then finally, who do we have left? Oh, we have Dan. Dan, my love, how are you, from Boston? And that is like practically right next door because, you know, I'm in P-Town performing my summer show at the Pilgrim House. And you know where I just was a few minutes ago? I was at the Crown and Anchor doing just at 7 o'clock tonight, just an hour ago, I performed at the Crown and Anchor for a fundraiser for the actors in town who aren't working. And do you ever get to P-Town?
I was just there last weekend.
Oh, it's so great, isn't it? And it's just, it's just wonderful. And everyone's wearing masks and we're being careful and we love it. So thank you all for being here. I'm going to come back in just a minute and visit with each and everyone. Oh, wait, and then it's Edmund. I'm sorry. I didn't see you, Edmund. You're in the corner there. I'm not used to you being, see, Edmund is usually front and center. Because he is a performer and he is usually right in the middle of it all because he's an amazing violinist. A friend of mine who I often introduce last and frequently forget. So thank you so much for just helping me out once again. And are you in P-Town?
We are in P-Town. I think you willed this to happen.
And Edmund, is this your special friend? It looks like, is this Colin?
Colin. Yeah. Hey, how are you?
Hi. And how long have you and Colin been at it?
5 years.
5 years? Am I just hearing about this and this has happened for 5 years? Are you serious?
Serious, yeah.
How did I not know this? I haven't met, listen, I would remember a homo named Colin. So anyway, well, hang on a minute. Let me get Chris. Speaking of homos with colons, I need Chris, darling, if you could. That was a perfect intro for Chris because he is my love, first of all. And he's so handsome. So how are you? We missed you at bingo the other day, and Eli took your spot and did an awesome job and wore a sleeveless shirt and looked fantastic. But I did miss you. I missed you. I love Eli more than anything. I love Eli, but
I saw Eli. Eli looked amazing.
And you were at a political debate, right?
That's right. I had a candidate debate, but I think that you welcomed me back with the nicest introduction with this I have a colon. So it's
right. Because when I think of homos with colons, you're one of those people that come first to my mind. So wonderful. And then you wore sleeveless, and you got a haircut, and you're growing your beard out a little bit, and
and all that.
Make me glad I'm wearing a blousey skirt. So anyway, now I'm wondering tonight. If you could explain, because I feel like I've done a couple bingos and I haven't done a trivia for a little while. So could you explain a little bit about how we go about this?
Of course. So everybody should head over to TraviaShack.live if they're not already there. Just like you see right there. You can actually watch and play trivia right from the same place, so you don't have to use a different device. Just head over to
It is the way to go. It is the way to go.
Plus, you also can chat with everybody else that's here right there, and you can see pictures of everybody that's playing and take your own fun pictures and all that. Yes, exactly. All of that right there. So when you get there, you'll actually be able to play. We play 4 rounds of trivia, and for each round, you'll have 60 seconds to answer as accurately and quickly as possible. And that's important because we actually, the top 3 on the leaderboard win amazing prizes. We've got some awesome masks. So you'll definitely want to get there now while you have a second so that you can play. And
aren't they great masks?
They are awesome.
And people actually
want
to buy these masks, and these are the masks. We only give away these masks for prizes. We don't actually sell these. They're just prizes. But we do have other things that we sell. We sell these masks both at the store, at the MissRichfield.com store, and if you're in P-Town, you can go to Cool as a Moose, right on the corner of Standish and Commercial Street. If you get off the pier, you take the ferry over, you get off the pier, it's right on the corner of that busy Commercial Street. You can't miss it.
And also, while they're there, if they're feeling, if they could be so kind, they can send a tip by clicking the send a tip right at the top there. And they can still keep watching. They don't have to leave, go anywhere. It just takes 2 seconds. It's very much appreciated. So please, you can do that, or also on Venmo at Richfield Tips. So good luck. I know we're about to begin here in just a minute or two.
Exactly. And what's great is it does take 5 of us to keep the balls in the air here. And when I think of balls, I also think of you again, Chris. Everything's reminding me of you tonight. I don't know what it is. And Lewis is behind the computer instead of in front of it tonight. Sweetie, he's right back there. Anyway, so we're going to start. As you know, it's awesome 80s, which we love. And when you hear the bell, Chris is going to start the timer. So all of you who are watching, not the people in the live audience, but those of you that are watching are going to answer the questions, and speed counts, speed and accuracy. Okay? So with no further ado, we're going to start with 80s music. The timer has started, and we're going to talk about 80s music. And I'd like to go back to Dan from Boston and say hello to you. And I know that my notes said that you played Captain Von Trapp.
Yes.
Did you really?
Yeah, when I had hair.
Well, I was going to say, you could play it without hair too. I mean, I think Maria was the one that was bald because, she was a nun and they're bald. They're bald.
Well, she was my lesbian girlfriend. So,
right.
But your 80s theme really inspired me. So I went back to my 80s closet and I got my MTV, which was launched this week in 1981, just before you were crowned.
Isn't that at a young age? At a young age.
And I was voted best hair in high school. So I had to go and get my mullet wig.
Oh man, that is convincing. That is
And I've been dancing to 80s music all afternoon.
Look who came to see you. He wanted to see the mullet. He's like, I'm coming around. Lewis just can't believe it. Put the mullet back on. I think it's fantastic. I mean, man, and I wanted to let you know that have you ever been to the the Von Trapp's move to Stowe, Vermont?
Yeah.
Have you ever been up there and gone through? That means time's up, and that means we're going to start finding out the answers to some of these questions, these trivia questions. We're going to start with you, Dan. And Leo, is that your little puppy, or who's Leo?
Leo, come here, buddy. Come here. He's like Lewis. He's very. Come here. You met him in P-Town, but
you get ready. You get him ready. Let me ask a question. You ready? Whose 1981 debut album was called Beauty and the Beat? Was it the Bangles, Pussycat Dolls, the Go-Go's, or the Indigo Girls? Is it A, B, or C, D? What do you think?
I think it's C.
You think it's C, which is the Go-Go's? That is correct. The Go-Go's were the first all-female band that wrote their own songs and played their own instruments. I knew, if you ever get a chance to watch a special on them, on PBS or whatever, they are amazing. The group is amazing. The two big hits from Beauty and the Beat were, do you know them? Our Lips Are Sealed, and what's probably the most famous one? We Got the Beat. Remember We Got the Beat? I love that. And you look like you could be in the Go-Go's right now in 1981. I think one of them had a mullet.
I actually was.
Yeah. It's business. What is it? It's business on top and party in the back or something like that. Well, don't go very far, because I want to bring in Rachel from New Jersey to answer our next question, because I just feel like Rachel is the perfect one to ask this. Now, here's the question. The Live Aid benefit concert played, Live Aid. Have you heard of Live Aid? The Live Aid benefit concert played in London, and what U.S. city? Was it Philadelphia, Phoenix, Pittsburgh, or Peoria? Do you know? And if you don't, just take a guess.
I'm going to take a guess, and I think it's Pittsburgh.
You think it's Pittsburgh? Is that your final answer? Because you know what the answer is? It's A.
Oh, see.
Philadelphia. I know not that far from you, right?
Oh.
And Phil Collins, I don't know if you even know who Phil Collins is, but he was popular back in the day. He performed both concerts in London and in Philadelphia, and he took the Concorde. And I'm thinking you probably don't know what the Concorde is. Do you know what the Concorde?
How old do you think I am? Bless you.
I was going to say, I barely remember it because I was very young myself. But actually, it was the first plane that went transatlantic in I don't even know how many hours, only 4 hours or something. It was amazing. But he took the Concorde so he could fly really fast from Wembley Stadium in London to JFK Stadium in Philly. And also when Madonna took the stage, this will tell you how long ago this was. When she took the stage in Philadelphia, she was introduced as an up-and-coming singer. So that's how long ago that was. And who, now you probably love music. Do you ever go to concerts? What kind of music do you like? What are you into? Because I know not to ask the homos, because it'll just be Broadway, and that just gets tiring. I mean, I like Broadway and show tunes, but I don't want to hear it for 24/7. What music do you like?
I actually do like 80s. I prefer the 80s and 90s pop is what I tend to go to.
And 80s and 90s. And 80s music is dance music. See, that's what I like about the 70s too. It's dance music, right?
It feels good.
You hear it and you just want to move because it's made to dance to. And I don't harbor any grudges today for the kids and their music, but I cannot dance. I can't. It's just I feel like someone's yelling at me the whole time. Anyway, and if I want that, I'll go home and see my brothers. Anyway, so thank you. Don't go far. Let me bring in Eric and Derek from New York, because I have a feeling they're going to know the answer to this. And here is the question. Look at the two of you. Now, I was going to say, squeeze together, you handsome thing. Oh, you too? And you were guests on Bingo, right?
Yeah. Actually, the second Bingo.
Oh, that was the one where Lewis was tearing down the blinds from the kitchen, I think.
Precisely, yes.
Yeah, it was the second one. That was the one where...
It's a well-oiled machine now, so you want to come back.
He's sitting right here, and I have a different arrangement now, and I had to like clear a spot on my desk for him because I had the desk full of stuff, and he was just sitting on the computer, then he was sitting on the microphone, then he was sitting on the,
Yeah.
So anyway, we had to clear up the
I
spot.
take issue with all the Broadway comments you just made. We like Madonna too. So.
You like Madonna because you are the new gay. That is why. I think I called you the old gay, but you're the new gay.
You did.
Are you that Chelsea people?
Yeah.
Oh, and you are the old gay. Okay, so this is going to be perfect for you. Which male/female duet did not have a hit in the 80s? Okay, which did not have a hit in the 80s? Was it Diana Ross and Lionel? I always want to call him Leon something. Lionel. I used to do that. Patti LaBelle and Michael McDonald, Linda Ronstadt, James Ingram, or Miss Richfield 1981 and Lewis, who did not have a hit in the 80s. And be careful with this one. Be careful.
Really? Sadly, I think you and Lewis did not have a hit in the 80s.
So seriously, that's what you're going to go with?
I don't think we should, but all right.
Yeah. That is correct, actually. Yes, and because Diana Ross and Lionel Richie had what?
Oh, Endless Love.
I love that song. That is so great. And then that was 1981, very important year. The year I was crowned, Miss Richfield received, the tiara, the sash, and the power lawnmower because it was a beauty contest. And then Patti LaBelle and Michael McDonald, I didn't know this, had On My Own. I don't know who Michael McDonald is. I don't know. Patti LaBelle rings a bell. That rings a bell. And then, I'm not good with names. You know me. Linda, anyway. Oh, and actually, On My Own. That was recorded without them being together, which was, in 1986, made, I think Walter Cronkite talked about it. Anyway, so Linda Ronstadt and Aaron Neville had the Grammy Award-winning Song of the Year in 1986, which was what?
Oh, shit.
I have no
Don't
idea.
know.
La, 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 la,
somewhere out there. Somewhere out there.
Yay!
Yes.
There, exactly. And my big hit with Lewis, Mama's Got a Wiener, is actually, oh, look at that. Mama's Got a Wiener. And you want to hear the sad thing? Today, Mama does not have a wiener because I know I was going to go, I had an event before this, so I ended up I went to the fridge, no wiener, no wiener. And I looked everywhere and no wiener, trust me. I mean, believe me. When I say no wiener, I mean no wiener. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so thank you, Chris. We have to go back and find out. Thank you, guys. Good job, everybody. Really good job. And we have to find out now. I know we have something very special planned later in the show. And a lot of times we have rewards for people and little treats if they're generous. And, people are always so generous. We don't really have to have treats for them, but we love to do that. And sometimes it's some sexy guy taking off his shirt. Recently, it was a contortionist. You missed that, actually. Last week, we had a contortionist. It was amazing.
That's awesome. I went back and saw that.
So good. He was a circus performer. It was amazing. And that just folded himself in two. It was great. And then this time, we have Edmund, who's going to is joining us already with Colin, his boyfriend, and he plays a beautiful violin. I always call it the mini guitar, but it's a violin, and he does a beautiful job. We're going to talk to him more about that. But if people are generous, and people, that's going to be the little reward today is a tune from him, and he usually charges.
And he is phenomenal. I mean, I've heard him. It's really great. It's great stuff.
He's a friend of mine. He's amazing. He really is amazing. So we have that. Now we also have a leaderboard, correct?
That's right. And I'm happy to see that Barbara from Oakland Park is again on the leaderboard. This
Unbelievable. What is that about?
Barbara always shows up. So
I guess you show up. Yeah, that's half of it. That's what they say about my job. Just show up. That's half of it.
We also have Russell from Astoria.
Oh.
And George from Jamaican Plains.
Oh, I like that name. The name of that Queens guy. What was that again?
Russell or George?
Oh, yes, that's a good name. So fantastic. And so now there's one other thing I want to do right now very quickly, which isn't on our schedule. is, it takes, as we talked about, 5 of us to do this. And Eli is in Philly and you're in Fort Lauderdale. My manager's actually on vacation. And so we gave him the night off. And that's hard because he doesn't like to take a night off. So we're so happy that he can take the night off. Matt it's in Rehoboth Beach. He's coming up to P-Town. And anyway, so, but Joe in Minneapolis never is seen. He was never seen. And I'm just wondering, Joe, if you could just pop on for a minute for me to just say one little thing to you. Just one little message. You just pop on can you pop on for just a moment, Joe?
The problem is
tiny bit of cruelty. Yeah.
I didn't tell him. Everybody, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Joe. I had no idea.
I know. I kept that a secret. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell Matt. I didn't tell anyone, but I wanted to say happy birthday. And we won't talk about how old he is. I can think of 51 reasons why we're not going to talk about how old he's really old. It's very old. So anyway, but I had to bring him on to say happy birthday. Anyway, that was just fun. That was mostly for me, actually. And we're actually really good friends. Joe and I have known each other for probably like 25 years. We've worked together over the years. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Even before I was performing, I knew him.
We'll see if he still works with you after tonight. After you
that he works for me. It works with me at all after year 1. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So anyway, so thank you so much. Now let's go on to our next history. And my manager does all these questions. He does such a good job, and he divides it up. And we did music. And we do history next. And so you're going to have 60 seconds when you hear the bell. So you have 60 seconds. So please get on there and get busy. And let me talk, if I could, for a moment. I'm just going to see if Leah can come in. And I don't know if she can. We were having little problems earlier. If you can, we can talk. Oh, no, it looks like you're coming in. I like your sunshine, girl.
Thank you.
Very nice. And it looks like, is it for a walk or something, or a run, or?
I am with the CBS Bright Star Special Olympics team, and because we can't be together right now due to COVID, we are doing a Sunshine Summer Challenge. For the past 4 weeks, we have had to do so much physical activity per day. I'm in the platinum level, so I had to do an hour a day, equating to about 400 minutes a week of physical activity. And we had a special challenge to do every week as well. And it's funny I'm talking to you tonight because this week our challenge was bingo. Bingo makes it better.
Did you do my bingo? Did you do my bingo, or did you do someone else?
I was there Monday night, yes.
What?
And we had our fitness bingo this week. We had to do dance to your favorite music, do 30 all kinds of things like that, and it's our bingo cards with rides.
Unfortunately, our time is up, but I'm so glad you're doing that important work, and I just want to give you applause for doing that. It's super important. And is that an international thing, the Special Olympics? That's not just in the United States, obviously, because you're in Canada, right?
The Sunshine Summer Challenge is only this is only for Newfoundland athletes, but yes, we do have Special Olympics all over the world.
Yeah, because it's huge in the United States. Eunice Kennedy was one of the ones that was just big into that. She made that such an important cause. And, when you get famous people involved, that makes all the difference in the world, doesn't it? Because, people listen. So sort of like when I say something, I'm not famous, but I am loud, so
I think
people,
you are.
Well, if you're not famous, you got to have volume. You got to have something, right? So I'm going to start with you, Leah. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you a question that I'm not so sure you're going to know, but you can always guess. Okay. Mm-hmm. Here's the question. Nancy Reagan. Now, I don't know if you even know who Nancy Reagan is. And if you don't, that might even be better, quite honestly. She championed this slogan during her husband's presidency. Okay. That gives you a clue. Her husband's presidency. Where's the beef? Just say no. Crack is whack. Or be best. What do you think was Nancy Reagan's champion slogan during her husband's presidency?
I actually do remember this. I saw her talk about this on an episode of Different Strokes one time. Just say no.
That is correct. Just say no. And it was an advertising campaign as part of the U.S. war on, do you remember what they were fighting? Drugs, exactly, aiming to discourage children from engaging in recreational drug use. While the campaign did raise awareness on the issue, a direct relationship between the reduction of drug use and the campaign was sadly never proven. Actually, I think they did the opposite. I'm not sure what happened. And the rumor that Nancy Reagan was a crystal meth head was also not proven. But you never know. You don't know about these things, you know. Anyway, but she was a lovely lady and our president for about 3 of those years. So anyway, so thank you so much. Don't go too far because Edmund is. We haven't talked to Colin and Edmund really very much. And I want to, there they are, looking fat, fixing his hair, looking fabulous. He's famous because it's got to look good. Colin, you can just look however you want. You know?
That's how it goes.
That's well, when your mother named you Colin, you can right then and there thought, well, it's not going to matter what goes on from here on out. So here's the question. Are you ready? What was AIDS originally known as? Was it known as frat, Fred, grid, or grab? Do you know? And actually, I don't know how old you guys are, but I actually knew the answer to this.
We think it was grid, right?
You think it was grid?
Yeah.
That is actually correct. Do you know what grid stands for?
No idea. Do you know?
Can you guess?
Gay
something immune deficiency?
Gay-related immune deficiency. Grid.
I was almost there.
Well, sadly, I can remember this. Sadly, I know this firsthand. But it was first mentioned in May 11th, 1982, about a year after the first article appeared in the New York Times. About a year later, they referred to it as GRID. They had a name for it. It took a long time for them to figure that out. And they changed it to acquired immune deficiency syndrome, which is AIDS, of course. And that came about when it was realized that the demographics got the disease. Gay men weren't the only ones that were going to be suffering from the disease. So anyway, isn't that? I would think that's kind of interesting. Kind of an interesting point, isn't it?
It is.
And the thing that I find even more interesting is the kids today who grow up and never knew a world without AIDS. It's interesting. But what year were you born, Edmund?
85.
Okay, so you don't know a world without AIDS. And Colin, what year were you born?
1981. It's a good year, right?
I knew there was a connection. I mean, the name Colin made me like it. But the 1981, I mean, I'm drawing closer and closer to you, even though professionally I'm, preferring your partner. But that is fabulous. And so thank you so much, though, guys. And so neither of you remember a world without AIDS. I was already out of high school. Not to brag about how pretty I am at my age, but yes, I was actually out of high school by the time that New York Times thing came out. And remember hearing about that and all that went along with it. And the good news today is they've got so many wonderful ways of treating that. So some of my friends who, like longtime folks, are still alive because they got everything just in the nick of time. And so we're so happy about that, aren't we? And I know, Edmund, you're like myself. You play for some of the AIDS benefits and follow up and help us with, because it's still there. We still need to draw attention to it and remind people to be careful, still be careful, right? So you can take the pill, but still be careful. So anyway, so thank you guys so much. We'll be back shortly. And then Edmund, now you've got the mini guitar ready to go, right?
I do.
Do you? Is it here? Can you show us when it? Oh, look at that. Isn't that adorable? It is, right. That's why I call it the mini guitar. And it's almost like a ukulele, but not as Hawaiian, but sort of. And are you in your kitchen? Look at that. That's fabulous. So we might have you move to the bathroom for the concert because the acoustics are probably better in there. But anyway, don't go too far because we're going to go back to now. Who did we start? Who have we not spoken to anyone yet? Who did we start with? We started with Dan, I think, right? Didn't we start with you, Dan? I think you were the first one.
Yeah.
So we're going to go back to you so that you get the next question. This is history, okay? Which of Donald Trump's daughters was born in 1981? This will be interesting if you know this. I didn't know. I got this confused. Is it Ivanka, Tiffany, Melania, or Miss Richfield 1981? Who do you think was the daughter born in 1981?
I'm really torn because I think I want to say Ivanka, but I think it's Miss Richfield.
You think it's Miss Richfield? Oh, that's too bad because it's actually Ivanka. I know a lot of people get us confused. I mean, I'm confused with two people, Ivanka and Linda Etter. I don't know what it is. People just get us confused. So, but actually it was our dear, sweet Ivanka. Oh, I know. She was, look at her. Oh, dear God. I mean, if that doesn't give you the creeps, I don't know what will. She was born to Donald and who? You remember? No. He's had
Whatever.
some wives and lovers.
All the names sound the same.
Thank you. That's why I was confused. I got the answer wrong. So Ivanka, Melania, Audrey, Melania, Sunshine, Daisy. I don't know. You tell me. Anyway, so she was born to Ivana and Donald October 30th, 1981. And the oft-forgotten Tiffany, who I didn't know this, was born to Donald and Marla Maples. Remember her? She was number 8. Anyway, she was born October 26, 1993. The child bride of Melania was born April 26, 1970. And then, of course, I dated Donald Trump. Thank God we were careful. I dated him in 1981, and he got busy. I got bored. It didn't work. It just really didn't work. So anyway,
I've seen the pictures actually.
I know. Darn it. I was so mad. Polaroids were popular then. So, they just catch you at bad times. So let me see your doggy, because we talked about your pup, and I am an animal freak. I love the animals. So all of the other guests, if you have, look how precious. Wait a minute. I know that dog.
Of course you do.
He comes to Provincetown, doesn't he?
Yes.
Oh, look how cute. Hold him up next to the camera. Look at a baby. Look at a baby. I know it's backwards. Good luck trying to get focused. He is. Oh, so cute.
He should have been the Gerber baby for a dog food company.
Well, and just as I recall, just such a good temperament, and that is everything in a dog. That is everything. So hang on a minute. We're going to ask Chris to look at our board, our leaderboard, and see where we're at. We're just about halfway through. If you don't know, we do 4 rounds of trivia. I'm having the hardest time not saying bingo tonight. I don't know why, because there's no bingo cage. But anyway, so we have 4 rounds of trivia, and we've already done 2 of them. So we're halfway there. And tell us now, do we have, first of all, I think we have trivia boosters that we want to talk about. Do you have that handy?
Yeah, so, and by the way, maybe one of the reasons you keep talking about bingo is because we're actually going to do bingo on Monday. But
good. Oh, thank God. I wasn't sure we were going to do that.
It's on your mind for a good reason.
I'm going to write that down right now. I've got my pen out, and I'm writing out Monday. We're doing bingo again. I love doing bingo on Mondays because there's nothing else to do on Monday.
All right, and then back to our bingo boosters, trivia boosters, who we really appreciate because they really make all of this possible.
Yeah.
So big thank you to Rob from Long Beach, Dan from Minneapolis, Tony from Rehoboth, Brian from Brick, New Jersey, Alafakei, I'm horrible at name pronunciation, so that's the best I can do, from San Francisco, and Michael from St. Paul.
How do you think you say that? Alapaki?
Well, let's hear how you think it.
I would say Alapaki.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I like that name. Whoever you are, contact us and be in our live studio audience. And I don't know if you've got that handy, but you can be in our live studio audience. We're always looking for folks to come and join us. And if you want to, all you have to do is email us at missrichfieldlive@gmail.com. missrichfieldlive@gmail.com, and just say, I'm interested. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Maybe give us a sentence or two. Like, I think I'd be a great guest because and then fill in the blank, and we're always looking for fun guests.
And speaking of people that are in the audience, you know, if you haven't already, you probably took a photo on the way in, and see all the photos. And here are some of everyone's favorite photos so far. So these are some of the people that are in our virtual audience out there joining us.
I love that. Who's in the very corner? Look at him. He's like, it doesn't have a shirt on. I love that he's playing trivia with no shirt on. And then hang on. And look at the gal. Who is the gal in the middle? I can't read what I can't.
It's David from Bethesda. Man, I think someone check David's camera there.
I would say that doesn't look like David. That looks like David. Maybe David's got a beautiful daughter or son or something. It looks like a young person. And look at how handsome the one in the upper right hand. Yes. Oh, and look at how handsome they all are. Oh, and somebody looks like they're wearing a Golden Girls shirt. Right in the middle. That's right?
Yep. And then right below that, I think we've got some Richfield masks. And that's Justin, his partner, who are on bingo.
Oh, yay. Wait, that is so cool. And so if you haven't taken a picture and you want to send that in, I think you can still do that.
Yeah, and they can just take a photo and take a photo, and it'll show up, and you can scroll through and see everybody else who's playing along with us.
And this is the time where we take just a minute to everybody get up and stretch. So if you're at home, get up and stretch a little bit, because we've been sitting and we've been playing. And oh, look at my beautiful outfit. And then I'm going to tip this up just a little bit. Now, everybody in our audience, let's get that audience up. I want to see everybody standing up. You're going to be the example. So step back from your camera and we're going to do a little dance. Are you ready? Yeah. Yeah. You make me feel so good. Yeah. All right. Holy moly. Wow. Look who somebody's. I wonder if I'm going to be able to get my chair back. There's somebody in my chair. Hey, you. Can I have my chair back? I got to pull. There we go. Mr. Lewis. Oh, who's been such a good boy, even though he's not getting a wiener tonight. So, then. Now, we're going to go into our next round. But before we do that, I want to let you know that our friend Edmund is getting ready to play a little tune. And one of the things we're going to do is we're going to give Edmund a little bit of our tips tonight because he's one of the artists like myself. And we'll talk about this in a minute after this next round. But he's one of the artists like me who's really, doing his best to keep us. We're all trying to keep our head above water. And so thanks to you folks who are generous. Some of the tips that you give tonight are going to go to Edmund. So if you could be generous and know that we're sharing it one more way tonight, which we love to do. And we love to be helpful to others. So thank you, because you've been so good to me. And of course, you can go to on Venmo at Richfield Tips if you want to, or just hit the button on the screen. So what we're going to do now is go into TV and film. Okay, that's it. TV and film. And when you hear the bell, you'll have 60 seconds. You've got 60 seconds. And so Eric and Derek, come back on if you could for just a moment. And hey. There you are. Fabulous. And somebody told me that not only are you in New York, but Derek, you're actually working as a performer in New York before the crazy pandemic started. Is that right?
That's true. Yeah. I was doing on Broadway last year.
Were you on Broadway?
I was on Broadway in a show called Kiss Me, Kate.
Oh, it rings a bell. It's new, right? It's new, right? So, Kiss Me, Kate, friends of mine saw that and loved it. My friend Wayne, who sometimes joins us, who lives in Spain. Wayne lives in Spain, and with his lover. And I ran into him in New York, like you do, right?
Yeah.
Full of New York, and he was visiting New York, and I was working in New York just for a few days. And of course, you run into it. Yeah, it's just so wonderful. And so he went to Kiss Me Kate and said, "You have to see it. And I was working, and then I left, and I didn't get to see it. Where was it? At the Kennedy or at the Lincoln Center? Or
We were. Oh, that was.
Time's up, but you can still tell us, where was that?
It was at Studio 54.
Studio 54.
Yeah.
Wow, that must have been amazing, because that's little, right?
Yeah, it is. And we packed that stage. Yeah.
How many people could even watch it?
4.
I mean, that had to be, how many people does the Studio 54 hold?
Actually, it's 500.
Actually, that's a good question.
It's like 500.
500, that's small though for Bob, right?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, that makes me even more mad that I didn't go, because I bet it was amazing.
It was fun to do.
It was good.
Well, and amazing to see that production done in a smaller setting.
Yes.
With the Broadway level performers. Oh, that makes me so mad. I didn't know it was there. I thought it was, one of these tired old reviews that they dust off and bring back. The other one I missed that I could kick myself for is Oklahoma. I missed that too.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Don't even tell me about it. I don't even want to hear about it. But I played, when I was in junior high school, I played the lead in, it was in 9th grade. I played the lead in Oklahoma.
You were Lori?
No, actually it was Curly. We were really short on guys, So I had to wear pants. I had to wear slacks.
Say that.
Can you believe that? And of course, I've always had a baritone voice. No guys wanted to be involved. I said, "I'll do it." I mean, it was fine till I had to kiss her. But that was a little weird. But what can you do? You just make sacrifices when you're a professional. So here's the first question for TV and film: what country was Dynasty's Prince Michael from? Was Prince Michael from Pakistan, Moldavia, or Moldavia, or we said, Bulgaria, or Mulamia?
I think Bulgaria, C.
You think C, Bulgaria? Is that your final answer?
Yes, it is.
Well, we couldn't be more wrong. Actually, it was B, Moldavia. The most famous. I can't believe. Did you never watch Dynasty or?
I was very, very young.
Oh, for God.
Despite you calling me old, I was very, very young.
Are you serious? Well, you're calling me old.
Well, you have notes in front of you. You're just referencing.
What makes you think I'm reading notes? What makes you think I have no notes? I can't believe that. I mean, just the level of assuming things like that. Shame on you. This is all from memory. All right. So the most famous Dynasty cliffhanger is the so-called, and believe it or not, I did not follow this show, and I even knew this because it was so famous back in the day. It was the Moldavian massacre, which occurred during the May 15th, 1985. It was the 5th season finale. It was a huge news. It was so big in the day. These shows are so big, they were on the news. I mean, they had the news. It was on the news.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I knew about it. It was in the papers and on the news. Amanda and Prince Michael's royal wedding was interrupted by terrorists. Do you remember this at all? Terrorists came in and during a military coup of Moldavia. And and that was the cliffhanger. And then you came back and found out, who lived and who died. But the crazy thing about it was, it was just such a precursor to all the crap that was going to happen, because, that stuff didn't really happen. That's why it was like, wow, this is crazy. Now it's like Tuesday, Anyway, so thank you guys so much. I want to go to, let's go back. Let me see. Wait, who haven't we? Oh, we haven't talked to Rachel for a little while. Rachel, come back. So you are a professional washer wench.
Yeah.
I waited to say that because I had to get through Moldavia first, and then I thought, then I can handle the professional washer, wench, and the Renaissance Festival.
Yes.
So, before we do that, answer this question. Fill in the blank. Nobody puts blank in a corner.
Baby.
Nobody puts blank in a corner. Would it be Buddy? Would it be Bubba? Would it be Baby? Or would it be, oh dear, or would it be, my cat's having a heart attack over here. Or would it be Bitsy? So Buddy, Bubba, Baby, or Bitsy?
I tell you, yeah, if I didn't get this, nobody would forgive me. It's Baby. Nobody puts Baby in a corner.
You are correct. It's the most famous line from, do you know what? Which movie?
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing. When Patrick Swayze's character, Johnny, reprimands the father of Jennifer Grey's character, Baby, Patrick Swayze didn't want to say the line because this is an interesting thing. Did you know this? He didn't want to say the line because he didn't think it would work. It was good. And the director just asked him to try it once and told him if it didn't work, they wouldn't use it. And then, of course, he realized it was amazing, right? It was an amazing line. It turned out to be, one of those lines. And then you were a performer too then, because the Renaissance Fair, that's all, it looks like people just going about their day. But actually.
Yeah.
And what do you, as the washer, wench, just briefly in like 30 seconds,
sure.
What does that involve?
We are basically a 2-person group, but we are the largest all-female comedy troupe in the country.
Really?
Yes. So
fun.
It's pretty.
And where do you perform?
I personally only performed at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Festival.
But where is that? Is that outside of Philly, or where's that?
In Lebanon, Pennsylvania, so it's a little more central.
Oh,
right outside of the Lancaster area.
Okay. Is that in that area we call Pennsyltucky? Is that?
I don't know. I've never heard
that
it.
Neighborhood? I mean, do you see? I mean, are you looking for a full set of teeth, or is it not that area?
I mean, it's a hit or miss there. I mean, we attract all kinds of people.
It would be a mullet. It wouldn't be a wig. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be Dan's wig. It would be a real mullet. But what a fun job, though, right? We have a great Renaissance Fair outside of Minneapolis. It really.
I'm sure the girls are there too.
Yeah, I bet they are. And now I'll know when I go. I can ask. I can say, where are the, what is it? The washing
well wenches.
Okay, you'll write that down. I'll never remember that. So thank you so much, and keep up your good work, Rachel. It's great to see you. Now I want to go to, let's go back to, I wonder if we could go to Leah. Can we go to Leah? Let's see if she'll come in one more time. Oh, Leah, you're doing great. Look at you. I mean, you're moving and everything. I feel like you're going to know this, okay? Because how old are you? You didn't live in the 80s.
No, I'm 22.
So you're 22. I bet you'll still know this, okay? Have you ever heard of the movie Splash?
I have not, actually.
Oh, it's a great movie. Okay, so I'm going to ask you the question, and then you just guess, okay? So who played Mermaid in Splash? Was it Daryl Hannah, Molly Ringwald, Dame Judi Dench, or Miss Richfield 1981? And so I think we can, I wouldn't be doing online trivia if I had a successful career as a mermaid. So I think you can cross that out. But but is it Daryl Hannah, Molly Ringwald, or Dame Judi Dench? Who do you think played the mermaid?
Molly Ringwald?
You think Molly Ringwald, which is a great guess, but actually it was Daryl Hannah, and who was beautiful, and she also
wow.
Oh my God, wasn't she beautiful? And she dated JFK Jr. For a while. She's beautiful. Daryl Hannah's fin weight, and this is a little, my manager always puts these little facts in, which are so interesting. It's a great movie, by the way. Great movie. It's Splash, and the special effects were so good. And back in the day, they had to do this stuff. I mean, they couldn't do it by computers. And her fin weighed 35 pounds. It took 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours each day for technicians to put the rubber fin on. And she had to lay completely still while they attached it. Yeah. A little known fact was that they wanted me, to play that. Disney wanted me to play it, but I upstaged Tom Hanks, unfortunately, in the screen test. I know. I didn't mean to. He was sort of unknown at the time. I didn't know. I thought he was just, hey, Lewis, come here. Lewis was like grabbing at the cords. It's really an active scene here behind the. Lewis is doing a lot behind the scenes tonight. So congratulations.
My cat is too.
Congratulations on choosing the other person. If it wasn't going to be Daryl Hannah, Molly Ringwald was an excellent guest. And tell me, what type of work do you do up there in Canuck land?
I am actually. Aside from being a Special Olympics athlete, I am self-employed. I actually have my own little fashion line. I'm not super big, but I hope to someday have that happen. I finger knit. I make hats, scarves, ponchos, purses, all kinds of stuff.
Okay. Now you can't tell us that and then not have something. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to have Edmund play us a tune. And while he's playing the tune, you go get something that you made, girl, so that you can show off some of your stuff. Okay. So we're going to go to Edmund right now, and Colin, and look at her go. She's like, so Edmund and Colin are coming back, and Chris in too. Chris, can you join? And because we don't want to play yet until we really know if people have really supporting you. Now, how are we doing? Does it look like, are people tipping because our friend Edmund is going to be getting some of these tips? Are people being generous?
That's right. They are being generous so far, and we certainly would appreciate it. You know, Edmund is so phenomenal. I know everyone's going to love him. If you would go ahead and hit that send a tip so we can sort of share it with other
Exactly. And then Edmund, tell us about yourself then. You're in P-Town right now, and Chris canceled his trip to P-Town.
No.
Which we are so right? Because of the scare about
because anybody coming from Florida, they is basically
But you need to just get a COVID test.
Yeah, but we can't really get them down in Florida because we're not really functional as a state, unfortunately.
I know, but you're good. You're careful. I mean, there's so many people in your area, actually. Wilton Manors is actually doing fine because the gay guys are being very careful. They're wearing masks, and they have kept the numbers down in Fort Lauderdale and Wilton Manors in particular. And so anyway, but we're going to miss you. I'll come see you in Florida over the winter. But Edmund is here. I'm here in P-Town. And Edmund, are you playing in P-Town at the Crown? Where are you going to be?
I am playing at the Crown. I swear, you willed this to happen, because last time I spoke with you, I was like, no, I'm not performing this summer. And you're like, maybe. And here we are. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. And, I just performed for a fundraiser an hour before this with Varla and Dina at the Crown and Anchor. And I'm at the Pilgrim House. Mm-hmm. And the Pilgrim House, super fun. I'm playing in a parking lot. It's a parking lot. And then there's a spot where all the grease from the kitchen is a container. And so every once in a while, you sort of get a whiff of like, wow. And I don't know if you've ever smelled that kind of grease. But anyway, so, but it's you know what, I'm so blessed. But I have to tell you, the Crown and Anchor has a beautiful spot by the pool right on the beach there. And they've done a beautiful job of lighting the trees and really creating, Rick has done a beautiful job of creating a beautiful environment. You'll do great there. What time are your shows? I'm sure people are watching and they're going to want to buy tickets.
Oh, thank you. I'm every Wednesday at 7 p.m., so it's easy to remember.
Wednesday at 7 p.m., I might be able to come and see you then.
Oh, I have to go see you. I can't wait.
Well, I do my shows at 9 on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday in the parking lot at the Pilgrim House, just down the street from you, not far. So maybe I can come on a Wednesday. It's just once a week?
Just once a week.
And is it just you, or you have any other people playing?
So it's just me. And do you know Fred Jodry? He's a pianist here in town. He's fantastic.
Of course. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's playing with you?
Exactly. So it's just the two of us, and it's a lot of fun.
Nice. Because you played, you kind of made your debut here playing. Were you playing on the street as well, or were you playing with? I know you played with Well Strung for years.
Exactly. No, my first introduction to P-Town was with Well Strung. So.
Was with Well Strung. Okay, excellent. So now. People have had a chance to tip. Of course, we're going to share a little bit of that with you because we want to support you and support our other artists as we do with each other. So, Edmund, could you take it away and play a little something special for us?
Sure. So this is a condensed version of a little instrumental medley I do in my show. So a few different styles here.
Yeah. Wonderful. Bravo. Look who showed up.
Hey, Louis.
He came running when you played.
Oh my God, so cool.
I know. He loves music. It just attracts him. But you were playing so fast and so beautiful. The frame froze for just, the camera couldn't keep up. You were moving so fast. That was amazing. And thank you for playing the variety of music. And so that kind of represents a lot of the different styles that you do in your show.
That's right. I do some Broadway. I do some jazz. I sing too. Not tonight, but yeah. So the point is the violin is good for a lot of different styles. So
maybe you can come back and sing for us next time.
I would love to. I'd love to
sing and play. And then maybe Colin, does he do anything other than? There he is. Oh, good. I was worried. So what do you do, Colin, for work?
I work as a creative director.
Oh, perfect.
So I do a lot of stop motion, animation, and product photography.
So 2 creative people in the family. Yikes. All right. Well, I think hats off to you. That must be a fun family to live in. That's beautiful. And don't go too far. Don't forget, we're sharing our tips with our friend tonight, Edmund, who's working hard this summer, but like the rest of us, on a very limited scale. It's working just as hard for less money. I know. It's like, and actually it's harder in some respects. So we want to go on to our next and final pop culture trivia. This is the last one, and it's going to go fast. So don't leave us, okay? Don't go anywhere, because when you hear the ding, 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 which you'll hear right now, that means you only have 60 seconds. 60 seconds to answer our questions for pop culture in awesome 80s, okay? And then we're going to answer them quickly, and we'll be done for the night. And we're looking forward to bingo on Monday. So don't forget that, okay? And you can go to playbingobonanza.com and sign up, much like you did here. And it's super fun. Oh, Mr. Lewis is here. I got to show off my little friend. There he is. There, isn't he handsome? Look how handsome he is. Anyway, and so I'm wondering now, we had Dan who has a pet, and Leah, we got to go back to Leah and find out if she has examples of her work. So do you have anything? Oh, she's putting it on right now. Look at her. What is this? Oh, is this a poncho?
Yes, this is.
That is beautiful. And you make that?
I did.
And look at, there is Find Leah at facebook.com/ it looks like Loops by Leah. Leah M. Loops by Leah M. Got it. So there's an M at the end of that though, right? M as in Mary. M.
McDonald. McDonald's my last name.
Okay, good. So Loops by Leah M. And then we can look at your stuff on Facebook. Oh.
Yeah, you can. And if you're local, I have tote bags for sale in the Screech Room on Cathedral Street.
And say that again?
If you're in my area, St. John's, I have some tote bags for sale in the Screech Room on Cathedral Street, downtown.
Well, that's fantastic. Next time I'm in St. John's, I'll do that. But first I have to find out, where is St. John's? We'll figure that out. Don't go too far, Leah. Okay, we'll come back to you. Okay. And that, by the way, Leah's stuff looks great. I'm going to go on Facebook and take a look. But let's go to Dan and ask Dan this next question. Dan and Leo, are you there? And I want to ask you this question, Dan. It's our first pop culture question. And I feel like the two of us are the only people that could remember any of this because of our age. I don't know how to say that in a nice way. Which of these items was not popular in the 80s? Was it the Rubik's Cube, Members Only Jacket, Sony Walkman, or Tickle Me Elmo? Which was not a popular toy or item in the 80s?
Wow, that's a tough one. I think Tickle Me Elmo came behind me when I graduated.
That is correct. Tickle Me Elmo didn't come. Good job. That was another one I got wrong, because I was thinking it might have been like the Rubik's Cube. I couldn't remember that. But anyway, as it turned out, it was the Tickle Me Elmo. Came on the scene in 1996. But the Rubik's Cube, Members Only Jacket, and Sony Walkman were all things that every kid had to have in the 80s. The Rubik's Cube had 43 quintillion combinations, and I never found the correct one. I don't know if you've ever had one of those things. It was a 14-year-old boy named Lucas Etter who holds the world's record for solving it in 4.9 seconds. And wow, think how fast that is. I had an uncle who sadly is ailing right now. Stan, I'm thinking of you, Stan, my uncle, and my cousin's out there. He's not doing well. He used to, and my cousin used to do it like that. You'd mix it up and hand it to them. And just within it seemed like about 5 turns, they figured it out. I couldn't, did you ever have one of those?
I couldn't stand it. I
hated it. Yeah, I didn't you had to, I don't know, there was some pattern to the whole thing. Anyway, so good. So you didn't like it either.
No. I wanted to brush my blonde hair wig out. That's all.
Right. Or you wanted to wear your members only jacket. Did you have one of those?
No.
Oh my gosh, you did not have. Oh, okay. We're moving on. I can't talk.
I had Jordache jeans though, because I wanted to be.
Yeah, that's not a members only jacket. I can't talk to you anymore. We have to move on. I'm sorry. Eric and Derek, come back for a minute. And Eric and Derek, what is the highest grossing arcade game of all time? Okay, you're New Yorkers. You know about this. What is the highest grossing arcade game of all time? Was it Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Asteroids, or Hemorrhoids?
I'm gonna, before putting in a plug for Chess King, before the members only jackets, I'm gonna say Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man is correct. Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, and Asteroids are all in the top 10 highest grossing arcade games. So they all sold really well, but Pac-Man was number 1. And Pac-Man even had a popular spin-off. What was the spin-off?
Miss Pac-Man.
Ms. Pac-Man, exactly. And there was also the alcoholic friend Six Pac-Man, which was also very popular in Richfield. I don't know. Anyway,
Also,
so
I
and then-
never played outside, so that's good.
and Eric, now Derek is an actor. Now, are you acting at all?
I
there?
I am not. I'm actually in ed tech. Before you say that's a conversation stopper, I help kids learn online.
Oh, that's a conversation stopper.
No. It's critical.
Well, I mean, come on.
I've been watching you for months.
Children? I mean, really? Come on. So, I know. It's hard. It's hard.
I really tried to cauterize that.
I'm just trying to keep things in perspective here. I mean, none of us care for children. Let's just own that right now. It's good heavens. I got to keep moving. We're at 5 minutes late. But no, keep up the good work. What do you do? I'm teasing you. You know I'm teasing you. What type of work do you do with helping kids online? What do you do?
I develop curricula that's delivered online so students can learn from home.
Which is everything right now.
Everything right now.
Holy
by the way, speaking of which, this lighting, you look great. It's like, I have to learn that now. We have to do stuff at home.
The lighting is everything.
Everything.
Let me tell you, without the correct lighting, and I have them positioned in different ways, and then Lewis has chewed through 2 of the lighting cords, so I have half the lighting I used to have.
Got it.
So, yes, I finally ordered a couple extra lights because I'm just, and then it seems like he gets down to the last 2, and then he doesn't chew anymore. So anyway, so I have 2. But are you, Derek, are you in anything right now? I know that you're also one of our performers.
Yeah.
Are you able to be in anything?
I'm doing online concert. I work in Philly a lot, outside of New York City.
I love Philly.
I do too. So I'm doing concert work that's going to be streamed the beginning of September at a theater called Bristol Riverside Theater. But I'm doing it from home with a 5-piece band somewhere else. So I have my own lighting, I have my camera, my mic, and but it's all new to me. Like learning this whole thing is new.
Oh, it's a whole different thing. It's such a good discipline to learn. It's such a good discipline to learn because I think more, people are getting used to this. So wonderful. So where can we log on and see that at some point?
Yeah, if you go to Bristol Riverside Theater, and that's it. And you'll see it's the next concert is September 3rd.
And that's you?
It'll be me with 3 other people.
Wonderful. And we can just buy tickets online?
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Bristol Riverside Theater?
Yep, that's right, yeah.
In Philly or outside of Philly.
Right outside of
Wonderful.
Philly. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for all your good work. And we've got one more question. Let me go to Rachel very quickly here, Rachel. Which 80s sex symbol owned a town in Georgia? I did not know this, by the way. Which 80s sex symbol owned a town in Georgia? Was it Richard Gere, Kim Basinger, Danny DeVito, or Miss Richfield 1981? What do you think? Who do you think would own a town in Georgia?
In Georgia. Oh, gosh. I'm just going to go with my gut and
which is?
It's B, Kim.
That is correct, Kim.
Wow.
Yes. And 1989, she was a native of Georgia, and she purchased the town of Brazelton, Georgia, for $20 million. And this is before Schitt's Creek, right? This is before people bought towns. And $20 million in 1989. Planned to turn it into a major tourist destination, but that didn't really pan out. And so 6 years later, she sold it for, you know how much? 4.3. Yeah, went down just a tad. Lost about 16 million on the deal, which apparently, she still did well. Depending on how tips are tonight, I may be buying Richfield, Minnesota. We'll see how it goes. But I'm so glad that we had a chance to visit with you, and hope I hope someday to be able to see you in action too. We have so many performers on tonight, and I want to thank all of our people, and want to also let you know, please come back and see Bingo, because Bingo is coming up on Monday. And we don't necessarily even have a theme for it. So maybe it'll be Manic Monday Bingo. Who knows? But I'll tell you this, that I love each and every one of you that tunes in. I know a lot of you tune in week after week after week. And and look at this. Oh, we have more modeling by our beautiful Canadian friend Leah. Thank you so much, Leah, and best wishes to you. I hope that your work continues. I'm going to look you up online, Leah, on Facebook and see all the beautiful fashions. And then don't forget to go to where's the Renaissance Fair again? Which one?
It's the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair in Lebanon, Pennsylvania.
Oh, near Lebanon? I know.
Yeah. And we're
Near
also washingwellwenches.com. You can look at all the girls that are all across the country.
Fabulous. So go to see a wench near you. So, and then, speaking of wenches, Eric and Derek, who are just fabulous. We love them so much. Thank you so much. You know what? I think we should spell it.
Oh. Yes.
For the way we love it.
I can't do it.
Oh. What? Nice. The extraordinary is even more than anyone that you adore. Love was made. Don't forget, see Edmund and P-Town on Wednesdays at the Crown and Anchor. And I love you all. Best wishes to everybody. Woo! Woo!
Yes. Yes.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
That's great.
It's Miss Richfield's Trivia Shack where you can find out every answer. We'll ask about our history, TV, fashion, sports, or cancer. Miss Richfield's Trivia Shack, I hope you'll come and play along. Cause here everybody's welcome, wish it lasted all night long. Miss Richfield's Trivia Shack, I wish it lasted all night long.
Goodbye.